Oh, what the hell?
Did I agree? I'm a widow. What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here. Did I agree? I'm a widow.
I've never contacted that person again.
Did you get jail time? Did you go to jail?
Yep, I did. I did 13 years.
Wow,
What?
it's a long time. Dude.
Again.
Yep.
Okay, before I head out, I was just checking what you were saying there. There, Black National, there seems to be, okay, there's another number tied and has a suffix attached to it, the same case number. And the first one, it looks like, you say you played down to that. The offense that is tied to it, now I'm just telling you what's tied to it, sexual assault victim 13, under 16. And then it has, was that the original charge? And you pled down to sexual assault 18 to 18 without high school diploma?
No, I did not.
What was the original? You said you pled down. What was the original charge? Looks to me like it says.
I didn't plead out. I didn't.
He said he pled out to the original charge, he said. But so you did 13 fucking years?
Yep.
We got to figure out why this. We got to figure out why this other charge is tied to the same case number.
Okay,
sexual assault victim 13 under 16.
Nevin.
What?
Nevin. Let me ask you a question. Where are you going with this? Because I don't know you, and I don't know. I mean, yeah, I know everything is public.
Well, what kind of got me was, I think it was something Miss Bees was talking about a while back. It kind of made me go, when she said you were down in Texas somewhere and you were down at the corner store snooping around little boy or the boys or whatever. It kind of, I was like, ooh, that's a little creepy. Maybe we need to check this guy out, you know? I mean, wasn't that just like this summer? That's what brought all this kind of with me. When I heard Miss B saying that, I said, dude, that's a little red flag, I think. 57-year-old man hanging out at the corner store, as she said, with them little boys or young boys.
See, now you're going way off a track here. First of all,
well, I think Miss B's popped in and said, what brought this up? You know, so listen. So are you still attracted to young boys, or is that over?
I'm attracted to guys. Yeah. Why? Is that a problem for you?
You might want to date, dude.
I mean,
do you want to date, Megan?
Hanging around the corner store, young ones.
Are you insinuating when he was in Texas and he was at the store and what Miss B had said and you overheard that conversation? Are you insinuating on that one? Okay.
I'm not insinuating. It was made me think a little bit, because it's kind of a strange. As it was told, it's kind of a strange behavior, I think.
Just so you know, if you don't know that your wife is in the chat and she doesn't know what the hell's going on, but you know, I'm gonna stay quiet.
So if I told you, if I told you to move the head, are you gonna go, that's peculiar? Or are you gonna say, hey, TG, are you gonna go investigate yourself?
Well, that's why I waited this long. I did a little investigation, and that's what I came up with, and thought I'd ask you about it. But that's what kind of started the ball in motion, was when Miss B said that. It's kind of.
But again,
okay, maybe Katie, you didn't know. Maybe Katie doesn't know. Okay, like I don't know. So everything prior to all of this, Black National, I swear to you, this I'm not going to clip, obviously, but if it's being clipped, just so you know, all right? I don't get
if anybody plays it, you can always strike them. But the thing is, it don't matter because it's public information. The paperwork, it sounds like Nagin's saying the kid was 13 fucking years old, dude, to 16. Now, I don't know
that's
how
just
long the
what.
trial
I'm not
took.
saying that. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that's on
Oh,
that's tagged on there, the same case number. So I'm trying to. The question is, was that the original charge and he pled down to this? And 13 years,
well,
that's
that's
a
what
long
it
time
sounded
for
like you said. So that's why I said that because you implied that with the number. That's why I said. So now, what does the paperwork say? You ain't sent it to me, Nagin. You should have sent it to me. I would have looked at it. But
I'll
either
send it
way,
to you.
you don't know how
It's hot off the fucking press. All right, I got to run, guys. Okay.
send it to me.
I don't know how to get it. So you got me blocked on all your fucking shit. Don't have your email, phone number, nothing. Fuck.
That's because you lie. Ridgeback11 at Gmail. Ridgeback11. Like the dog that would shred you if it came near you.
Okay, bye.
My dog would eat you alive. I'd say, get that motherfucker. I'd put him on his ass. I would let him eat Nagging up. But that's pretty fucked up. That's pretty fucked up, Freedom Fighter. Freedom Fighter, that's fucked up. You have to admit that people are going to start, saying, hey, wait a minute, man. What up? Do you understand that, right?
Yeah, I understand. And, I don't know, man. I got more problems now at my age than I do when I was 19, man. And, anybody that says that, well, never mind, forget it.
Hey, 13 years is a long fucking time, dude. They hit you hard.
Yeah, I know. And I want to try to get that expunged too, because,
That's too late for that. Is it a white dude that you were dealing with here?
Nope. Cut it out.
I mean, because the way the charge is written, it sounds like you forced somebody into something. You see what I'm saying?
No,
the way the charge is written.
If it was a force, then it would have said, it wouldn't have said sexual assault. It would have said rape.
So that's what I mean. I don't know that.
Sexual assault with consensual is both people consent to having sex.
Yeah.
Well, how can there be a charge if they both consented unless they had you for public nudity or sex in public?
Don't ask me, man. I have no clue.
13 fucking years. I would have found a clue to figure out something at 19 even, dude. I don't know. It sound like you didn't.
Back then, I didn't know what I know today.
Oh. Well, like I said, I don't know, dude. It's the investigating officers are probably all dead, so ain't like you can call and talk to none of them. Like sometimes we do. We will actually call investigating cops of cases and talk to them. I talked to a prosecutor in Texas about the one channel named Permian Basin that came out here. And then the prosecutor sent us an email stating that this guy was a special kind of monster. And if we had money, we could have investigated and got all the transcripts about the court case about that. And it would probably have been horrifying. So, I don't know what to go by on things like this. When you hear these things, it's like a shock to me. God damn, dude. You think you told somebody, but I could see why you wouldn't. You wouldn't want nobody to know, but on the internet, when you out here running around on these streets with this type of crowd, you can't hide nothing. They're going to find you out. That's why Nagin Johnson hides so well. He has some kind of charges on him, I'm sure.
Oh, I'm sure he did too.
I'm sure he does, but
Mr.
that's
High
why
and Mighty.
I gotta take him out.
Remember the conversation we had earlier? PDF?
he's not smart enough to research you. He had help from someone. And one time he sent me information and I forget which one I exposed that he sent me information because they said I wouldn't expose the person because they were an auditor. And I said, I'll expose any fucking body. I don't give a shit. If you got a case and charges, well, people should know. To me, that's what I think. Because like I said again, it's affected my life because of the people that I know that were assaulted as children. And that's a major thing to me. So I stand 100% against it.
I was assaulted as a child as well. I was
Yep.
assaulted as a child as well. So yeah, I get where you coming from.
I was
Why?
gonna
You know,
ask him
and
that
Oh,
question.
you know,
I
I'm not.
was gonna ask him that question,
I,
PDF. To be honest, Black National, I was gonna ask you that question if somebody did it to you.
yeah, but
And
see,
you
I'm
didn't
just
know
saying though, 13 fucking years is a hell of a charge. I don't care where you at, but a lot of fucking time, buddy. I don't know. That's a serious charge. It's like, and if the charge and the time match, it doesn't look good on your behalf. You know what I'm saying? It's something crossed the line somewhere that it wasn't consensual.
I may have said the wrong year, but I believe it was 1990, but I'm
But
not
I'm
sure.
saying though, to get 13 years, the other person would have had to testify that it wasn't consensual, wouldn't they? I mean, how do you
don't know.
go to court, especially even when I was 19 years old, dude? I get in trouble. I knew you had to fight this shit. You know what I mean?
Right, but I didn't know that.
Mhm.
I did not know that, PDF. If I would have
What
known,
would they, when you went to court and they were saying, hey, you're going to court for these charges, right? You get arrested, you go to jail, and you go to court, and you're going for these charges, right? Who told you to plea out? Your public defender?
public defender,
So they would have had to have some kind of evidence against you, right?
I
The
I don't
prosecutor
know.
has to have some kind of evidence to take you to court. They have to have something here, some kind of proof that you're committed a crime, like somebody's testimony, right? So that
Yeah,
means the other kid had to give a testimony that you did something to him against his will to get that type of charge, I would think, wouldn't you? I mean, I don't know the New Jersey. This is New Jersey. I don't know the statutes up there. I'm trying to think of it
yeah,
because
yeah.
I'm from up north.
It was New
So
Jersey.
unless someone, I don't know, dude, that's a long fucking time to do in prison for something that would have been considered consensual if someone would have stood up and fought against it. You see what I mean? It just don't match up. It just don't compute. See that, and you saying you didn't know, man. I don't see how you could not have known you was going to prison.
Transparency.
I was facing 80 fucking years. Believe me, dude, I remember that shit like that was yesterday. You know what 80 years is like? Holy fuck. I was looking for a slow boat to China. So you mean you getting charged and you facing 13 years or more? And you just sat there and let them railroad you? You was in jail, you didn't get out on bond?
No, I didn't get out on bond.
The
And
people in the
Beth
jail
knows
didn't tell you?
thing, and I was not 13.
What's that? You,
Oh, I'm just going off the chat here.
oh, I wasn't reading that. I was just sitting there trying to think that, man, I'm fucking facing that kind of years, man. I'd have been a little bit more inquisitive about what was going on even at 19 years old.
Well, like I said, I didn't know. You know, if I would have known what I know now, things would have been different.
So the boy actually said you touched him or whatever
Yep.
without his consent. He didn't want to be touched or whatever.
Well, it was consensual.
But he would have had to say that it wasn't to somebody in order to get charges. That's what I'm trying to say. If
Right, I get that. I get where you're coming from. But what I'm saying is, if you look back at the records, which, you know, like you said, is open public records. You know,
you have copies of this stuff,
I do not.
yeah, you probably know that honestly. Well, that's not a good thing to hear, dude. Huh?
Dang, I never saw the guy after that, or the kid. Um, so yeah, you know, I don't. I'm not scared to tell anybody anything now, but you know, I don't put my shit out on the internet. I just don't. You know,
You ain't got to. They're
people
gonna put
want
it
to
out there for you. Hey, they're gonna put
they're
it out
gonna
there for you.
do it anyways. But
You might,
regardless,
you might make it up. You might be over there on the frogs page before the morning's up.
on a who now?
The frog.
What the hell is Paul?
The frog. You know, ribbit. Frog. The frog channel.
Yeah, what's Paul?
That's the name of his channel. The frog.
Transparency UK.
The frog.
That guy. And the
The
only
frog.
reason I know that is because you talk about it. Yeah. He talks
Well,
with the
I've had him on the panel, and we exposed that boy down south that one day that got out on bond.
Voice,
But
that man.
he puts
Wow.
out all the paperwork. He puts out all the public records. Now they're not supposed to match the YouTube name with the real name, but they usually do because YouTube don't care. But I'm just saying, man, it's not a good thing, dude, because that's a lot of time and to do. Man, holy shit, stuck at 13 years, dude. I can't even imagine. Son of a shit. But yeah, like I said, the boy would have had to say something. He would have had to talk to a cop to get charges brought against you. His parents couldn't have done that, could they? Have said, "Well, this guy was with my kid, and I want him charged." I don't know. How does that work?
I know how it works over here.
I'm just asking. I'm trying to get to the truth. You know, I don't know how to do it. That's not fair. I'm trying to picture this in my mind, how this would go down. It's like I said, I ain't heard about it before till now. Usually I get to read a case and think about it for a minute and evaluate and try to figure things out and then ask questions, but I'm dumbfounded. I don't even know what to say other than, damn, that's a fucked up charge, dude. It's fucked up a lot of time. That's fucked up that you weren't educated enough to know to fight a case. Or did you have a chance? Did the parents talk the kid into doing this to try to, maybe they didn't want the idea of their kid was gay. I don't know. I'm trying to wonder these things.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I have no clue. I have absolutely no clue. And up to this day, you know, I just, you know, I don't know, man. You know, I just know that I had that hanging over my head, and you know, I'm not a predator. I never, you know, I made a mistake just like everybody else, you know, and you know, finding out I could have, you know, today I could find out if I was gay or not, and people would, you know, today society, you know, they accept gay people, but you know, back then, you know, it was like you said, you know, it was really difficult for me.
I just don't understand how why a kid would tell his parents unless he was assaulted or felt like he was assaulted. Maybe it was an afterthought. Maybe, I don't know. I'm trying to get to it. I'm trying to figure this out. You know, if a kid has a gay experience with someone or a sexual experience, a guy and a girl, you know, and then when they go home from there, they're going to tell somebody.
Maybe. I don't know.
And if they did tell someone,
or he got
they
caught
wouldn't
doing
tell
it
them
to somebody else. I don't know.
Well, they would tell them they had sex. They wouldn't tell someone they were assaulted. So now, if we look at it on both sides, you know, both sides of the scale, we got to go find the middle. But one side would be somehow the parents got the kid to tell him that he was gay and had a gay relationship with someone. On the other side is the kid went home and told the parents that he was assaulted by some gay dude.
Or they
You see
were
what I
caught.
mean?
Somebody saw something and told the parents. And the reason I say that is because, hello, I'm a mom.
How could this have worked out? Yeah, that's what everybody wants to get to, the actual truth of the subject. Because if you go by what the
And I'll
record
say
showed,
this, and I'll say this for them in America, if you're looking for the Canadians that are hiding under our radar, it's called Christopher's Law. Not many Canadians have figured that one out. Duh.
what's that mean?
Those are the convicted pedophiles.
Well,
that
that's the
are
law
trying
that hides it. Yeah.
That's the law. Yeah, it's called Christopher's Law.
So was you registered as an offender?
No.
Me? No.
Was that before that law came out?
Yeah.
I forget what year that law came out.
Yeah, I can't remember either. But no, I'm not a registered sex offender.
Yeah, you have a bunch of people hating you on this one, Blood. You know that, right?
Yeah, I know. Well, you know, I I don't know, man. You know, I just know it happened 19 or 20 years ago. No, a little more than that.
I did say I was going to take you out. Nevin.
You'd have to have money to go to court for an appeals court. See, that's what I used to battle with old Rat about when he first came out. When what's his name? All his buddies used to hang out with him, the detective guy, and he used to come out and say he was fighting this, and I was like, that shit was 20 years ago. That shit ain't no way in hell you're gonna fight that and win now. There's no way in hell you can't fight that shit. And that was how many years ago when we first exposed Rat for being with that little girl. And I got him out on the channel, and he talked about how he had that girl's family at his house. I got him out on the panel one time, and I got him to talk about how he set his house up for all the wayward children of the neighborhood to come hang out because their parents didn't spend no time with him. I got him to say a lot of things on the internet that showed the truth of what he was talking about. You know, this case here is a little different as far as your age back then, but still, I mean, I don't understand. I don't. It doesn't make sense that your kid was 18 and would have went home and told his parents, and then they would have called the cops and had you charged. That just doesn't make sense, dude. You see what I'm saying? It don't compute. It doesn't even, because if I was going to be gay, the last thing I would have did was tell my parents I was gay with some dude down the road. That's not really logical, is it? Unless this person wasn't mentally stable. Was this person mentally challenged in some way?
I have no clue, dude. Well, you know, y'all gonna crucify me anyway, so.
No, I ask the questions, dude. I try to ask the questions, and I try to get to the bottom of things. I've done it for how many years out here? You know, I mean, they cuss me out all the time, say shit that I ain't never done in my life. But I let them talk their shit. I don't really care what they say about me. I mean, nagging, look at all the lies he made up about me. But the truth is the truth. You can't hide from that. That's what I try to stick to, the facts and the truth. And when I look at a subject, I look at it, is it logical? You can only go by the majority. You can't go by, because it happened one time, that means, you know what I mean? The majority is usually how things go. In the majority of situations, this is the way it works. Now, there are times that shit goes that happens that shouldn't happen that way. Well, one in a million, 1 in 100, whatever. And most people that get charged with these type of charges, they pretty much all say this is that 1 in a million charge thing. They don't, you know what I mean? And that's the story we hear from most people. And it's kind of like that's the same story you're giving. You know, I mean, I don't understand. It's not logical that an 18-year-old guy would have the choice to have sex with anybody he wants to, man, woman, as long as it's not a kid. You know what I mean? And the one of the person's getting charged. It's not really logical. You see what I'm trying to say to you? I'm
Right,
just,
right.
to me, it's not logical. So I know ain't nobody else thinking it's probably logical. That's why I ask these questions to get people to, hey, explain yourself, because you know what happens after people come out and start spinning their web. You know what I mean? It's just the way it's going to work. Or you can't stop that. But I mean, I would hire an attorney, but you can't because you ain't got no money. But I don't know, dude. I'm shocked. I didn't know this story. I didn't have no idea. So I don't know how to think about it for right now. I'm not too happy with it. I'll be honest right now. It's something that's hard to deal with. You know what I mean? But was the kid 18 or that's the main thing?
No, I was 18.
I thought you said you was 19 and he was 18. I didn't hear right there. Well, how old was he?
He was 17.
Oh, so he was underage. That's he volunteered, but being as he was underage, that means it was an assault.
Right.
Well, see, I got kicked out of COVID's page today the other day because I asked him about a 17-year-old girl that was with a 27-year-old guy, and he got mad and kicked me off his fucking panel for asking the question over in COVID's room. Because I asked all the questions. I don't care. I'm going to ask the question. If they don't want to answer, if they want to lie, tell me a lie, and half the time I might believe it or I might not. But so he was 17. So I thought you said earlier you was 19 and he was 18. See,
No,
I'm pretty sure you said that.
I made a mistake.
Oh, okay. So you did say that. Yeah. That's why I was trying. See, man, I remember things sometimes. I got 2 brain cells left, one to kickstart the other one while I roll one.
Well, I see Kathy took my rents away, so, and that's fine. But, I'm just.
Well, there's a lot of disappointed people right now, dude. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Well, I'm more depressed now than I was about half an hour ago. So thank you. I really appreciate it. And I appreciate your friendship while it lasts.
Yeah, like I say, dude, it's a hard one to swallow, blood. I'm just saying, man, it's a hard one to swallow, blood. I'm just saying. I don't even know what to think about it. I've never been gay, never wanted to. I was with my girl when she was 17 and I was 18, but we waited till she got on the birth control thing because we didn't want kids, and she couldn't do that till she was 18. So, I'm a firm believer in that, but I'm more traditional than most people in this world. I'm from the 60s and the 70s. You guys are a little bit younger than me. You have different ways about you, but yeah, this don't sound good, blood. I hate to tell you, they're going to run with this one. But 17-year-old kid, you was 18, gay people get together at different ages, maybe. I don't know. First time I ever heard a story like this one. I'll be honest.
Yep.
First one I ever heard, man. I'm not happy with it either. I don't like the idea of it because, like you said, because it'd be in the 90s, man. God damn, you had to have more sense than that. And then the dude turns you in. Well, he was underage. The parents found out. How'd they find out? I don't know, man. It's weird. Very strange, dude. And you don't remember because it was so long ago, the case as far as why you would plead guilty. Because I'm going to fight some shit like that, dude. I'll tell you right now. I pled out for my weed case, but I was guilty. I did it. I grew the plants. There was no hiding that. But hey, like I say, man, everything comes out eventually. The truth will be told. Sometimes, like old Eric Brand always said, The truth stinks, but it must be told. So, yeah, that's about that. But I don't know, dude. I don't even know what to say. I'm in shock as much as you are, probably. Except for it ain't about me. I don't know, dude. What do you think everybody should think about it?
I don't know, man. You know, if people gonna judge me, you know, I believe that they should judge me for my behavior today rather than what happened 19 years ago.
So would you say that that would be the same way they should treat somebody like Rat or News Now Houston or Permian Basin or Rock City audits or Career Killer audits or any of them? You think that should be the same for them then as well? Because we exposed all of them too and a whole bunch more. I just can't remember all the
Right.
names.
And no, I get that, man. I really do. I get that. But now y'all making me sound like I'm a predator, and now I'm taking it personally. Okay. I'm not a fucking predator.
No,
I've
that's
never
different.
went around, excuse me. I've never went around raping people. You know, it was a one-time deal. I made a mistake, and y'all, if you want to get holier than now, then I don't need your friendship. I really don't.
The question, dude. I'm
I
asking you the question, though, of what other people would think or say. The same thing anybody else would think. So that as soon as you'd say, well, they shouldn't hold that against me from 20 years ago, then they're going to sit there as the news guy. He's going to look at everybody on the other side, and their questions are going to be, is that way you should treat Rat? Because I think when we busted him as basically and brought all his, I forget how many pages I got, 94 pages of his case. And or more, but it was 20 years before that, right? And the one day when I was trying to get him to talk, I was playing it off, talking shit and on a hate channel where everybody was going after him, but I would ask him questions and get him to talk because I want to know the answer. It's not that I'm trying to put somebody on Front Street because the evidence is already out there. The story's already there. There's nothing else you can get except for when someone says, well, it's something that happened 20 years ago. Well, should we think of all cases like that is what I asked, because that would be the next logical question to me. Because people that haven't never been charged or stand against people that have been charged because of a lot of horrific cases, yours may or may not be one of them, but that's what I was asking the question for. I wasn't trying to spew hate. I'm saying, do we look at all cases that way? Because you want us to think your case that way. You see what I'm saying? Because it's what you said. You see why I came back with the opposite question? Not trying to spew hate. If I was trying to spew hate, I'd have cussed you out already, wouldn't I? I'd have said, just try to get to the truth, dude, the facts. How do people think about these cases? How do you want someone to think about you? What do you expect out of people? What do you expect out of us, the people you've known? That's the questions
what I expect out of, okay, huh? So what I expect out of people, PDF is you treat me the way I treat you. No BS, no beating around the bush or anything like that. You treat me the way I treat you. If I treat you with respect, I expect that back because that's the way I was brought up. It's just as simple as that, man. And if you want to befriend me, go ahead. You're not gonna hurt my feelings because there are other people out there that not on YouTube, but people out on the streets that I can think that are my friends, or people in AA that are my friends.
Yeah, because like I said, I've heard things about you, good and bad. Some of it true, some of it not, maybe. I never knew any of this, and now it's like, you just want to ask certain questions. I mean, if you're gonna, find something like this out about someone who you may or may not be friendly with, then you hear something like this. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people gonna have a lot of goddamn questions. So if you're gonna be friends with someone, you probably would want to answer a friend's questions. And if you don't, then I don't know, dude. Like I said, I'm shocked. You ain't the first one I found out somebody had charges from long ago, and I'm sure you ain't gonna be the last one. But I don't know anybody like that, really. I never really. But most of the time when we hear it, it's terrible. And the way this sounds, it sounds terrible. I'm just saying, dude. And then you do all that long period of time. Back in the day, they liked giving out time like candy. We all know that, especially to the black people back in New Jersey in the 90s. That was probably back in the crack era and shit, probably, wasn't it? I don't know, but I'm just saying, dude. I don't even know what to say, really. I'm just asking questions. What I would think to ask them. I mean, that's what I was asking. What would you expect from people? What do you think about you're going forward with what you do, and do you think this is going to affect you? And it's going to affect you a little bit, I'm sure. But what do you want out of tomorrow and the next day after? Because, like I said, they're going to put this out everywhere. You know that, right?
Yeah, that's the thing. It will go everywhere. I did read chat. I was outside.
Well, that's why he kept coming in here saying, "Oh, you go on a panel with somebody and this and that," and I'm like, "Who? Tell me who? Tell me who." So now he come out and told us who.
Yeah,
That's what happened. Because, like I said, tell me. I don't know. How am I going to know these things? I don't research every single person on the internet. That's their job.
We know that we won't clip you for sure. He said that in chat. I did read.
What's that?
Mm-hmm. He said no, he won't do that. Terry. Because we just watched Terry. That's why.
Well, it's like saying it doesn't matter about that to me because, like I say, it's just the truth. But I mean, what do you want people to give you? I understand it more now because the numbers changed. Like I said, in the beginning, you told us a different age, and then you changed it. So that makes it even, well, actually, that makes it worse. But, like you said, you're a young guy and another young guy. And did you know he was underage or what? How do these people meet and just have sex the first day they fucking meet? I don't understand it.
I don't know.
My age group, we had to love you. Your girl wasn't going to let you do anything unless you cared for her and showed you cared. You better have a goddamn car, and you better ride her around. You better take her to the damn prom and the shit like that. You know what I mean? That's how I grew up. So I don't understand this meet and have a hookup shit.
Go up to see, this is the whole thing. Mm-hmm. Today it's totally different.
Guess it is. I'm glad I was born when I was
today
born.
It's even weirder. Saying, oh, I'm sorry, but today I'll even tell you it's even weirder. What happened?
Well, that's why when COVID kicked me off this freaking panel, Kat, I asked him, why? I said, would you let your 17-year-old girl come home with a 27-year-old man? And he stuck up for that girl because she was the 17-year-old girl. Now, she was older now, right?
I'm not going in that loop again, but either way.
I thought the girl's husband had... when I stand so against that shit. That shit to me is just, it's fucking repulsive to me. It is repulsive. She's 27 years old. The man's almost 30. She ain't even going to be old enough to drink. He going to be 30 fucking years old. What the hell? And COVID stand up for these kind of people. Like, what the fuck? It kicks me off the panel for asking the question. And I thought the girl was still 17. Huh?
To be fair, I do not think that COVID's knew about black nationals story, nor did I. But like I figured.
No, this how he did that to me a week ago. Hey, he covered up for that girl a week ago. Now she was the victim, right? Because the dude was 27.
I'm not talking about him. I'm not talking about him, PDF. End of story.
You're not? Oh,
We
okay.
already talked about that.
Is
That
he
already
your
went on
buddy?
too long.
Is he your buddy?
I'm not dealing with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you will. He gonna put your ass on his panel in about a week when he gets out of YouTube jail. B. John said you did 13 fucking years till you didn't get out till you was 30?
No,
Was it? Huh?
no.
See? Thank you, teacher.
Was you in a terrible place?
Back then it wasn't too bad.
Yeah. I was at Club Fed. You had to have I was up there with the white collar criminals instead of the blue collar criminals. You couldn't have a gun charge or any violent charges to be put where I was at. You had to be someone who forged checks or something,
Yeah.
Sold
Jane,
drugs.
I'm sorry, PDF. Go ahead.
I said you had to be in there for selling drugs or forging checks where I was at. It was all money charges. Was
No, I'm
violence.
54, not 57. Don't make me older than what I am already.
54?
Yep.
Well, like I said, dude, they're gonna run with it. So you know what you'll get to hear from the idiots that don't like you. But like I said, do they have a reason? Do you see anybody having a reason to think the way they're going to think, or not? Why should someone not think the way they're going to think? Put it that way. Why would someone not think that when there's cases that are 20 years old of guys that went after underage people? Now your age is close. You're 18, and the kid's 17, but he was still underage. But
yeah,
I don't know, man. It's a hard pill to swallow, blood. I'm just telling you, man. It ain't looking good from the home team that people do that. But how many people in prison for that now? A lot of people, I guess. Getting worse. And that's why I stand so much against it, because people should know. But then again, I was lucky, man. I found someone who cared for me, and we grew a life together. And so I didn't never have to go out and look to sow my oats. I had to stay home to do that. You see what I'm saying? So I'm a little bit on the lost side when it comes to people trying to get hookups. I don't know. I would be afraid. You know what I mean? It's hard for me to register the action, you let alone figure out the case. You see what I'm saying? Now the action with News Now Houston, we could figure that out real easy, because he got in trouble with the one girl that was underage in a car, and he was also accused about his children. And then the children case came back afterwards, after he did his time for being with that girl in the car, and then he got convicted of that as well. So now he has backup cases, and these all happened within 20 years or so. See what I mean? So,
well, and like I said, mine's is it was a one-time deal, man, and do I regret it? Yes, I do. But like I said, I didn't know about my sexuality, and I didn't know about the law. And that is the truth for me. Now,
it was kind of, so are you saying that it was like two young guys experimenting their sexuality and then find out that what you did was illegal?
Yep, pretty much.
But how could the kid be convinced to do it and then turn you in for doing it later?
I don't know.
How could he have wanted the desire for him to do it if he wanted to do that? I don't understand how he would have went home and said that he didn't desire it no more. Oh, dude, don't sound good, but hey, 13 years is a long fucking time in prison, dude. Well, you didn't get no probation, no good time.
I got good time, and I did my time, and I never looked back.
Yep. I can't help but look back. All the shit they took from us. They're growing plants. It's my nightmare. Fucker stole my weed. I want my weed back, god dang it. After got it all.
Thanks for making me laugh a little bit, man.
Hey. It's rough out here in these streets.
Yeah, it is.
I gotta get my roof on tomorrow. I gotta finish my roof.
I kind of knew he was lying because he said something about education. I've never even worked in the education. I'm not even old enough to work in it. I wasn't even old enough to work in the education.
No, he said that's what it says on the case files, on the paperwork.
No, that's absolutely incorrect.
Something about educator.
Sorry to bust your bubble, but long deal.
Well, that's why I said, was the kid on his way home from school and you met him after school or something, and then it had something to do with coming home from school, so he would still be under the school, the education law or something like that. I didn't know. That's why I was wondering about that.
Yeah.
It didn't make no sense. He didn't understand it, and he's helped expose a bunch of people out here that done stuff. They've been trying to research me for 10 years. They still ain't found nothing. Only thing they can say about me is, first, I got from my house. That's all they can say about me, which I never did. I helped fucking expose that, but I don't know how many pages of case files, because there was a lot of cases. But, I mean, it went through the courts, and it was easy to get all the paperwork for everything. You know what I mean? All the statements, we got all the statements, we got everything. Handwritten confessions. You didn't write a handwritten confession, did you?
Like I said, it was so long ago, I can't remember.
Well, if there was a handwritten confession, I'm sure it could probably gonna be found. See what I'm saying? I mean, it's all from the 90s. You could probably find stuff like that still. And I'm sure they'll be on the hunt. You know what I mean? Because people like to make people look bad. Just what they do.
Well, it sure made me feel bad because, I wasn't expecting that. It is what it is, man, and all I can do is just move on.
That's all you can do. I gotta fix my house. That's what I gotta do. Gotta rebuild my fucking kitchen. I gotta put my roof on. Every time she looks at me funny because the kitchen ain't back together right, I tell her I'm going up on the roof.
You try to evade her. I see.
I'll go there and bang around with the hammer, make her think I'm working, and I'll have to work on the kitchen till next month, maybe.
So you're trying to get out of it.
I've been getting out of it. Ain't no trying about it. I've been getting out of it.
You're trying to get out of it.
Got out of it this far. I haven't figured it out. Hey, there's COVID. COVID got, look at COVID. He coming in here talking about all trying to defend some more pedos, huh? Is that what you're saying, COVID? See, there you go. He was defending the 17-year-old girl that was with the 27-year-old man. He defended that girl. He kicked me off the panel rather than allowing me to answer ask the questions. You know, ask questions. Don't come in here and make up lies. You got questions? Ask them. That's what I do. Do I not? Do you have any questions, Kat? I mean, now's your chance, because I'm sure after this he ain't gonna probably want to talk about it. So, or why would he want to? That's why I'm saying. To me, it doesn't look good off the face of it, because this is the first I've heard of it, dude. So just to see what I've heard, I haven't seen no paperwork, not one piece of paper, not one shred. The only thing I know is what Nagin come in and said, and you can believe most of what he said, but I don't understand. He don't even understand half of what he said. So how are we supposed to understand it? So then the only other thing I got is to ask you questions, and then you tell us your answers. I mean, what else can I do?
Right.
I ain't got a crystal ball. I can't tell you what you're thinking. I can only listen to what you tell us, you know, and that's concerning to people, because even if it was 20 years ago, you know, you were young. Most of these guys that we catch out here, they're either with really young kids, or the other ones that we catch, they're in their 20s and 30s, and they're assaulting young girls. This is the first case, I have to admit, that I've ever heard of, and especially if anybody that I've known on YouTube, that something like this happened at the 17, 18-year-old mark. Now, the paperwork, I don't know what it says again. To take your word. You see what I'm saying? That's all I can do. I mean, I don't agree with it, but I know it happens. I grew up in the city. I know how people are. I just never was that way.
I'm going to give the lady. No, I was going to say, I'm going to do links because maybe COVID has a question since he was here. He started the loop, and then you started to say about COVID, and it's like you speak of devils, and then they appear in your chat.
He can't have a conversation. He won't ask a question and wait for an answer.
You might have.
You can't have a conversation with someone that won't wait for the answers. You can't.
Just saying. I'm just putting it out there.
And as far as he was saying about, he did say something about kids at the store out there in Texas. Now, I don't know anything about that either. That was weird too. Do you understand that was weird, Freedom Fighter?
Yeah, but that was not a kid at all. That was an adult now. So.
Oh, you was talking to some dude?
You know what? Believe what y'all want to believe. I mean, if the moon is green to y'all, so be it. You know.
Yeah, that's what I say. I didn't know. So I'm just going by what he said, dude. They try to plant lies into people's minds, like when they come out and say that I stuck up for Rat, which I never have. They chop up a clip, put it together from years ago, which we've already proved it's a bunch of lies. So the new guys show up like dumbass COVID and comes out there with, "Well, that farmer stuck up for miles, raw," which, like I said, he's an idiot. But when they come out and say these things, they'll keep saying things unless you can put, you ain't got to say it over and over again. But that's something they said that no one called them on. So I'm trying to ask the questions off of what he said, because he don't know how to talk to people. He's fucking brain dead, like a lot of these people. I don't stand for anything like this. I mean, the dude's 17. You're 18. That's real close. I'm not even sure if that's the. I mean, I think a guy and a girl could be a boyfriend and girlfriend. I'm not even sure of the law on something like that. Because, like I say, I don't see cases like that. The case that was on COVID's room, the girl was 17, the guy was 27. I see a problem there. That's a major red flag to me. I don't know how the kid could have said that you didn't assault. Sexual assault would mean you assaulted someone. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's not rape, but that's, I don't know the difference between that and rape on the charge chart that you were charged under. So to me, that's a red flag again. You see what I mean? It just don't make sense. I like to have things that are logical. You know what I mean? Like the one kid down here, the girl came to his house and crawled into bed with him in the middle of the night, and then the mother found her at his house, and it was her boyfriend, and he was 18, she was 17, and I think she worked for the sheriff's department, and so she had him charged, and he went to prison for that, right? But when he got out of prison, they got back together and I think they got 3 kids now, and they're still together 20, 30 years later, you know what I mean? But he's a sexual charged guy. He's on the sex offender list. And when I see cases like that, I'm thinking, that's pretty fucked up. So how did the parents get involved in this is a major thing that I don't understand.
I did say that. Okay, yes. I did say that. It was a story being told. COVID.
I didn't disrespect anybody. I asked a goddamn question. I asked the freaking.
I wasn't.
Can you mute PDF? Can you mute PDF?
Wait, hang on. Lupa is somebody from COVID's place. And
I don't care, Crafty. Can you mute PDF for a second?
No, you don't get
So
to
I can
mute.
explain. Yeah, can you mute him?
let
Thank you
him
very
talk.
much.
Just
So
talk.
I had a panel. Can you mute PDF for a second, please? Because he likes to talk over people. Because he's lying. He's a lying sack of shit. Anyway, so I had a panel. I had a panel with a few lovely ladies. He was in chat. I had a lady that I don't know.
Mhm.
I met her a couple of times. She came up on panel. She was talking about her story about how she got married at a young age, at 17 years old or whatnot. Wasn't even really paying attention. So this little bastard over here saying that I support pedophiles.
Fuck you,
He's
you
talking on
pervert.
his dad. Shut your
Don't be cussing at me and think you're just going to keep going. I ain't going to let you do it, boy.
Stop. Can you
Then
block?
tell the story.
Please?
Tell the story with respect, son.
That's exactly how it happened. That's exactly how it happened.
Punk ass
That's
bitch.
exactly how it happened. You're a piece of shit, and I already showed you out. I'm already at 4,300 views. Once I go live on my channel, I'm going to share you out some more, you little piece of shit.
Good.
You little
Spell my
fucking-
name.
You did not-
Spell my name
So
right.
You're gonna tell me you didn't defend Beware Mouse?
My channel will
come
grow.
on.
Spell my name right, son.
The clip is there. Over 20 years, it happened over 20 years ago, Mouse. You're gonna go against them. It happened over. Shut up. Listen. So I had a panel with 3 lovely ladies. We're having a great discussion.
They weren't
So I
lovely
had
at
one
all.
lady named Lola. She came up there. She was telling her story out about her. You gonna shut your mouth there, PDF, or what?
You must be lagging. I said that a minute
So
ago.
she was telling her story.
Okay.
Let me know when he's done there, Crafty. Either that or you mute him or I'm going to drop because this guy's
Well,
just...
then drop your
he's
punk
nuts.
ass
You
out
can't
of
talk
here,
to this
boy.
guy 'cause
Nobody
this guy-
gives a shit about you any goddamn way.
Stop your lies, you piece of shit. Because I'm gonna post the video once I have a chance, and then you're
Whatever.
gonna shut your mouth.
Do me
So I
a
have
favor
to-
and do it. Don't talk
Shut
about
your
it.
mouth. Stop your lies, you piece of shit. You're a piece of shit, and that's what you
Yeah,
are.
I'm the
You're a
worst.
piece of shit, and that's it. You'll always be a piece of shit. You understand
That's
that?
right.
You get that?
That's right.
Don't you? Put a ring on it, you fucking piece of shit.
Don't
So I
worry
had
about
3
what I
lovely
do.
ladies up on panel. They were having a good Crafty, can you mute him?
Just keep talking, you
keep
stupid
doing it.
fuck. You
I
ain't
feel
got to
amazing.
start over. Keep talking, dumb fuck.
There.
It ain't.
Go.
If
It
you
ain't
shut
gonna
the
work.
fuck up, I would. If you shut the fuck up, I would have. But you keep on fucking talking. Because
Go
you got a
ahead.
big mouth.
You want me to
Start it where you stop.
You're a nobody. You're a piece
Wait,
of
wait,
shit.
Wait,
Shut
PDF,
your mouth.
Hold on, PDF. Go.
So anyways, I had 3 lovely ladies up. I think you were one of them, Crafty. We were having a great conversation, cordial conversation. She just so happened to say that she got married at a young age, 17 years old. Her husband was 27. I wasn't thinking anything about pedophile and all this other nonsense. That PDF decides to come up on panel, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we're just having a normal conversation. Wasn't thinking anything. That's not something that crosses my mind about pedophile and all this other nonsense. We're having a great conversation. She was talking about how her husband had passed away, so on and so forth. He decides to come up on panel. I allow him up on panel. Right away, he starts talking about statistics, how 90% of American women want to be with 6 foot tall men and blonde 6 foot tall men and blue eyes or whatnot. So she continues on with her story that she continues on with her story about her being 17 years old and getting married at a young age, so on and so forth. I wasn't paying really attention to that, and I'm not thinking about pedophilia and whatnot. He comes up, he continues on panel, starts talking about that's a little bit pervy. So I dropped him because I knew exactly where the conversation was going to end up, that he was going to start talking about pedophilia and all that other nonsense. That's how the story went. So shut your mouth, stop your lies, saying that first of all, the husband is not even on YouTube. He passed away, saying that I defended shut up, PDF. You're a fucking lying sack of shit, dude. Your words, I got you posted already. Now I'm gonna share you out like I said I was going to do. So now everybody have yourselves a great night. That's how the story went about. And I'm gonna post the video. I'm gonna take that little clip of when he decided to come up on panel and start acting fucking nonsense with his nonsense, coming up there. That's a little bit pervy. That's all you do is talk about fucking pedophilia and pedophiles and so on and so forth. You're not a man, PDF, because if you were a man, you would have put a ring on it. You've been with a woman for 40 years, son. Right? And you can't put a ring on it. You know why? Because she doesn't want nothing to do with you. Because you're a weirdo. You're a freak, son. That's all you do is you go around talking all kinds of nonsense. You're a piece of shit, and that's the bottom line. I try to be cordial with you. I give you 2 chances already. You already said that you were going to shoot me in the head and so on. You're going to do nothing. You'll do nothing. You're garbage. You're trash, and that's all you'll ever be. Right? You'll never be nothing. You'll never amount to nothing. Stop talking about that you install AC units and all this shit. All you do, right? So he also, what he does with what's truth, and I don't agree, he has a mentor. I don't want to go through the story, but he's been recording this fucking kid 24/7. This is how weirdo you are, fucking PDF. And I don't give a fuck if it's a troll. You're like, you said it, not me. You've degraded Crafty on multiple occasions, not only her, other women. So shut your mouth there, PDF. You ain't a man. You're a piece of shit is what you are. Thank you very much, Crafty. Have yourself a wonderful day.
Okay. You done there?
Wow.
Holy shit. By the way, where are you
So
going?
crafty.
He said he was going out, right? Well, not be drinking and driving. And all that jazz. Bozo. Yes.
So
Black
so
National.
crafty.
Yes.
I see you took my wrist away, which is fine.
Right.
I'll still support you in your chat if you
I
want me to.
understand that.
If not,
I'm just a bit floored.
if not,
I'm just, honestly, I'm floored because of, well, what the hell. I came out here, all right, and I was doing my own thing. AJM was here, no joke. And I haven't been feeling well this week. Either way, it's Friday. COVID normally goes out on a Friday, so enjoy. He probably will, Poor Dirt Farmer. And of course, Poor Dirt Farmer, I understand about the clip from Will My Dick Fit and tearing dicks off and blah, blah, blah. Now with you, I have no idea. And of course, PDF has no idea. But you know that everybody else is going to look into this. Right? And of course, I'm going to keep this on private. All right.
well, I appreciate
National.
I
You're
appreciate
welcome.
that.
I always keep my lives on private because I know that they are here to snip and clip. I know Terry won't clip you or snip you. I am not one of those channels that is here to defend any pedophiles. No. Like I told Tony a long time ago.
Well, I'm not.
Same with my dog.
First of all, I'm not a pedophile.
No.
I'm not a pedophile. So,
And if you're gay, that's okay. Hey, you know what I mean? I have no problem if you're gay. Obviously, have no issues. And maybe, you see, I'm just speechless for right now. Because if you are gay, That's fine. And these guys here in chat, yeah, they're going to say what they're going to say.
Yep.
But I thank you for your honesty. It will stay here with me, what you've said. Okay?
All right.
Like I said, I'll put it on private. For sure.
Well, I hope so.
No, but he did do his time. He did do his time. And I'm not gonna say that, oh, he did his time, crime, yada yada, but I don't know the law over there. And when it comes to the pedophilia talk, Crafty Cat doesn't want to talk about it no more. Normalizing the bullshit is not a good thing. It's like normalizing the transgenderism. I don't stand for shit like that. No. Hate's not good for anybody. Should guys look into the mirror, the reflection.
That's right. If you,
Winter's coming.
I get that, man. You know, if you live in a glass house, don't throw stones.
Right. So.
And that's why I never used the word hypocrite, because I got a mirror.
No, but I mean, a lot. Thank you. Exactly, the mirror. See.
Well, after this, I'm off the bed.
Yes, I can imagine.
I'm off the bed. I just, you know,
No
I was feeling good all day today, and I'm excited about getting my new apartment, and all of a sudden, bam.
You didn't expect this to come from left field. I can understand that.
No. But
yeah, this came out of left field for you, especially after Thanksgiving.
And you know, well,
and of course, you know how the YouTube streets are.
Yeah. Well, and not only that, I don't know I don't know if people realize that I deal with depression, and I have a severe depression. I really do. And
yes.
You know, this doesn't help me. It really doesn't help me.
No.
Now will I disappear from YouTube? No. But no, I just don't wanna deal with anybody anymore. So, you have a good one, and it was nice chatting with you.
You too. A lot of people deal with mental health. I was saying earlier, AJN, about meditation. "15 minutes is all you need to shut the fuck up and get your mind right." Like your friend 5 Speed says. If you live in the north, you're just gonna get much sunshine. When you get that sunshine, you get outside. Rebel, that's to you. You may see more eagles like you did today. And for all of you who want to throw those fucking stones that I paint Fuck you. I will never do what you tell me. I am the light. Where you will find the darkness. Look up. And for fuck's sake, stop arguing and be thankful you have life. You are a spark. While your government is trying to find a God particle. Think about your government and smile while they try to kill you. Like I tell my children. While robots are ready to take your jobs, Sixbanga has a beautiful state he lives in. I know because I've seen it. If he's lucky, he too will see the aurora borealis. Chimigwich. Learn about us, the North. Because we are your shining lights. We're Canada. And whether you disrespect us or not, we stand here strong, true North, with courage. Across 1,900 square miles of fresh water. This land is yours and mine. The secret path is something that I've taught you. Your ignorance is blind. Chimigwich is big thank you. And what happened at the Rainbow Bridge, I believe in the 22. Your government is that reflection of its people, like the water. If you look into it, as above, so below. Fuck you. I want you to much too. I'm crafting it. Go out there and live the dash. Life is short. Make your dreams come true. Enjoy. Canada's beautiful. Even in the chaos. And I've shown you a lot. For free. Good night.